Hello and welcome to the Parenting Tools podcast, Egypt's #1 Parenting Tools podcast.
Egypt's #1?
We were for a week.
That's amazing. Massive shout out to our listeners in Egypt.
How cool is that?
This is the podcast where myself and Jordan talk about just the highs and the very high highs of parenting.
They're so high.
They're so good. Not being sarcastic, but
No.
also it is hard.
The plateau.
The plateau. Almost as high as a pyramid. that was a stretch.
Sweet, I'm so tired of you. Sweet, I'm so tired of you treating me this way. I'm sick and then I'm
Oh, Jace, I've got something to get off my chest.
Ooh.
I'm fuming. Livid.
Just rage.
Tamping.
What?
You're wearing glasses,
Oh, I am.
but you're wearing them better than I wear glasses.
I don't know if they're just going to hear the adjusting.
Don't know if the listeners can hear my face.
Yeah, I'm wearing glasses. Throwback to last episode. Had a little bit of a health scare. Made me do every check possible available to me. Turns out my right eye, or the iris, is becoming like a rugby ball.
That's what I've got, astigmatism.
There we go.
Well, no, the eyeball itself is like a rugby ball.
Honestly, I have no idea. All I've noticed is that I actually can't read things from far away. And now I can.
Mate, you're rocking the glasses better than me.
It's an adjustment, isn't it? Getting used to it. I'm adjusting them on my face quite a lot. They leave marks on my nose. And
Yeah.
then I forget to wear them for ages. Like, I just leave them somewhere. It's a whole new world.
Having glasses with kids, especially young kids, is dangerous ground. Yeah, really is.
So at the moment, Noah's... If I keep forgetting to put them on, she'll find me in the house with my glasses going, Daddy, you need to put your glasses on because your eyes are poorly. And she's like, they won't get better if you don't wear them. And I'm going, they're not getting better, love. It's downhill from here.
Daddy stood too close to the TV. He watched too much Cocomelon.
It's very heartwarming. I do love that. She tries to ram them onto my face, just jabbing my eye
Yeah.
with one of the sides. But
Oh, well, you look good.
they're a bit of inconvenience, aren't they? I can see why people have ones that you put in your eye, contact lenses.
Tiny glasses. You should count yourself grateful that you didn't have to wear glasses in the 90s.
Really?
Because they were massive. They were huge. Yeah. I used to have these big, massive glasses that were so thick. Anytime something hit me in the face or I fell over, headed a football, I'd just get a black eye. Because these massive things would just whack into my eye sockets.
Well, when I went to the opticians, picked out the glasses that I liked. I think I picked out 3 different pairs, just to buy 2 of them. Every single one, she was like, "They're all too small for your head."
This is actually something I've wanted to raise for a while on the
The
podcast.
size of my head.
Not quite, but you get likened to Harry Maguire quite a lot in the comments on social media.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, and he is known as Slabhead.
So for those people who don't know who Harry Maguire is, who is Harry Maguire?
He's a football player. Plays for Man United. I don't think he plays for England anymore, but he did play for England.
Is he any good?
He's a defender. I mean, like, he's very good. He's a professional football player, but he gets called rubbish a lot. As far as professional defenders go, he's not the best, but he's like in the top 1% of footballers in the world, so he must be pretty good.
Well, really, that's the reason why I've got glasses, to distinguish myself from Mr. Maguire. I don't know.
So funny. Just like the odd one, Harry Maguire loves it. Parenting advice with Harry Maguire. just you there giggling away.
I'll take his salary. That's fine. So this week we have a guest later on in the episode, Jordan.
We
It's a
do.
returning guest.
Return of the Mac.
Dan, they were expecting their child before when he joined the podcast, and I've actually had the baby.
Yep.
And so I'm excited just to see how those expectations have been shattered.
Shattered.
Before we get into our guests, we put out a little thing on social media about the first ever email address
A 90s throwback.
that you had? What was your? Was it on Hotmail?
It was on Hotmail.
AIM? Was that a thing?
AOL was a thing.
Instant Messenger?
IM, yeah.
IM, that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
MSN?
Oh, glory days. Yeah, so my first email address was International Small Fry. No, it wasn't. it was Jaffa, like the cake. Jaffa 123.
Jaffa, what? Did you like Jaffa cakes?
I still do.
Really?
Yep, still my favourite biscuit.
Cake.
Different topic for a different day. I'd smash a pack of Jaffa cakes in one go. So yeah, my first one was Jaffa 123, and then I thought, a bit immature. I went to International Small Fry at hotmail.com.
Explain your reasoning.
Not a clue. And then I went to Local Brother.
Local brother.
BRUVA.
How many email addresses do you have?
I was very young. But what gets me when I think about it is I went from international to local very quickly.
You realise that main stage was a bit too big.
Yeah. I don't know why the geography and the locality changed.
Well, mine was, picture the scene. I think must have been 7 or 8.
7 or 8?
I don't know, maybe 10. My brother was making me my email address.
Yeah. That's what happened with me.
And it was like defining moment. Yeah. It says a lot about your identity, doesn't it? This first email address.
Mm.
And so, again, geography played a part in mine. Never been to the place before. Jason Heron, Liverpool, hotmail.com.
Just love Liverpool.
Do you know what? My brother supported Liverpool and I copied him.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that was it. Just wanted to be cool to my big brother.
How long did you have that for before you changed?
A good, 15 years.
Is your email address now Jason Heron Sheffield? Every time you move.
New email address.
You've got to change your address. Yeah, your actual address, not your email address. So we asked the question of the listeners, what was your first email address? And I'm going to rattle through these because there's a lot of them, but they were glorious. So we've got, and this is from Evie, and it's just EV, the letters. So I don't know if it's Ev or Evie. Evie _ is _ a _ cool with a K _ dude at hotmail.com.
When you started that, I thought, if it was Evie at hotmail.com, you could sell that for loads now. Electric vehicle.
Oh, yeah.
But the underscrolls,
You ruined it for
they
yourself.
kept going.
After the third character, it all went downhill. One from Sarah that's parsnip6 ... And I still use it 20 years later. Wow. Didn't give the handle away. This one from Lisa. I think this was my favourite one. Fluffy woofy sheep at hotmail.co.uk.
Imagine putting that on your CV.
Fluffy woofy. This one from Luke _ wedgie boy. And there's an underscore again between the wedgie and the boy. There's got to be a story well, I'll say between something with the wedgie. And then we had two from two ginger people.
Interesting. I'm looking for the common theme.
So one was XO _ ginger ninja. And the other ginger, so that was Kathy, and the other ginger is Amber, who put I should be blonde at hotmail.com.
That's brilliant.
And it is I _ should _ be _ blonde. 8.
Kids these days don't understand the effort that we had to go
and
through.
the pressure.
But also to tell somebody your email address. They had to write it down, get the underscrolls in the right places. If it was a capital I or an L, now you just like Snapchat or whatever it is, just like, it's just that. There was no search function on MSN.
Yeah. Or it's just your name. Just my name at gmail.com. It's like my normal name. There's none of this international small fry nonsense. What even is a small fry?
Honestly, I don't know.
I don't know what I was thinking. In between typing in my polyphonic ringtones and playing Snake, I was coming up with horrific email addresses.
I think that should just be a general rule. Like, every child under 10 should only have a Nokia 3310.
Yeah.
I think it shouldn't be allowed.
It should just be like a rule.
They should be made to use to play Snake.
Yeah.
They can only graduate when they get past a certain level. When the snake eats his own tail.
It was so good. So good. And also, Jace, we've had a message from international listeners.
I missed it. I'm so sorry. I wasn't sure where you were going to go with that.
Oh, have you got it or have I got it? Someone...
All I can see is a screenshot from a comment from TikTok. And I don't know what the context for this is. But it just says... It just says, I ate another lady's broccoli out of their shopping bag. What is that?
That is in reference to eating the snacks in the before you've paid for them in the shop.
That's brilliant.
That is still rumbling on. So apparently it's an actual thing. A friend of mine called Luke told me that you can actually eat food before you pay for it, providing you go up to the till with the packet. It's called grazing.
Ooh.
And we had a message on Instagram off Ellie, who's a supermarket store manager, and a mother
Wow.
to a toddler, saying, I'm all good with it.
There we go. There's the official answer.
That's got to be the official answer.
Oh, that's cleared that right up.
But yeah, we had a message from Kelsey saying that when she was 4, she ate a lady's broccoli out of her shopping bag. That'd have been raw as well.
Oh, he must
Unless
have
she
been desperate.
walks around with a steamer.
Who knows? So back to the international listener message.
I'll tell you what, let's do it again. We've had a message from... I was going to leave you hanging. You didn't bite.
I'm going to be honest, my brain didn't catch up.
I'll tell you what,
it anyway.
if you're listening and you don't know what's happening, neither do we.
So this message is from Z. That's got to be the way to pronounce it. I've not messed that up. Unless it's a silent Z.
E.
E.
Or like a Chinese pronunciation, G. You never
Right.
know.
It says, boys, I've done it. I joined the vasectomy club. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Vasectomy. I'm struggling. You can tell. It says, I was going to shoot you a message live during the quick and painless procedure, but I couldn't because I FaceTime my entire family. It's put Ma. I'm assuming that's his mum.
Ma?
Ma. There
Yeah.
you go. Dad, brothers, and their spouses, so they could all watch my face as it happened. Would recommend.
Would recommend what? The vasectomy or the live element of the vasectomy?
I'm assuming all of it.
It's got to be both.
So it says, though, make sure you're done having kids because I hear it's fairly effective. Regards from Canada.
What a guy.
With a little Canadian flag.
I absolutely love. I've said this before. Do you know when people like have baby news and they email us and they say, I'm expecting, and I'm like, we're involved in people's lives. I thought about shooting you a message during the vasectomy. I love that that's where someone's mind has gone to whilst they're having, as one of my friends called it, Annie and Clarabelle detached from Thomas. to think, Jason, Jordan needs to know about this.
I mean, I love it, but come on, there's got to be a line somewhere.
That is not where the line is. I'm all for it.
That is brilliant. Get a live message from a vasectomy.
Yeah. How would you feel about that? It's mum and dad and brothers. I get it. It's your immediate family. Spouses.
Yeah.
Whilst, you're...
I don't know much about this operation.
Having the snip.
Yeah, that's all I know of it. What's getting snipped? And I don't know how comfortable I'd be on FaceTime to my entire family at that moment. He says it's painless. That's a lot of faith in the
Canadian NHS.
The anaesthetist?
Maybe they've got a steadier hand in Canada.
It's just colder. You can't feel anything.
Yeah. Just holding ice. They just do it outside. There's a moose.
That's a big step, though, isn't it?
It is a big step. It is reversible, but...
All I can think is the Office episode. Have you seen it? It was like snip, snap, snip, snap.
Yeah, I think, yeah. I can, yeah. I've got the Scrubs episode in my head where he had it done and then he had it reversed and then he had it reversed of the reversal.
Yeah.
And they were going on for a little bit with that. But, it's a big old step, Z. Good on you. How many kids have you got, Z? That's what I want to know.
That's what is it one and done? Or is it...
Is your partner yet to give birth?
Or is the... or is the last one pushed you over the edge?
Has it been a decision you've made on the back of listening to us? That's awesome. Thank you, Z. That's so cool.
Oh, amazing. If you do want to get in touch with us, please send us your messages during the weirdest things. We absolutely love it. You can find us on @ParentingToolsPod on Instagram and TikTok.
Should we get Dan in?
Let's get that on.
Sweet, I'm so tired of you. Sweet, I'm so tired of you treating me this way. I'm sick and then I'm
Well, welcome, Dan, back to the podcast.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me back.
Last time we interviewed Dan, you were expecting quite literally that week.
Yeah, it was literally it was in that week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think I had my phone here, so I was like, any moment now. I know he was tempted to give me a call as well.
I was very tempted. So that was when? Was that December or was that November?
November. So
Tell us, what has happened? What's gone on?
we've had a baby.
Yay!
We've had a baby girl,
Oh, amazing.
and it's she's amazing. She's incredible, and yeah, just a amazing feeling. And it's crazy. Like in a couple of days, she'll be 4 months. Like
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
goes
Wow.
quick, doesn't it? But like so much has happened. So yeah, it's been best 4 months ever.
Yeah.
Full of joy, full of stains, and lots more. But it's been great. Wouldn't change it. So yeah, amazing.
It's amazing because it does go so quickly, but
Yeah.
like because you said so much happens as well. At the time, it feels like it's going so slowly
Yeah,
because they changed like every week. You have to learn a whole new set of things about
Yeah.
them, and it's like
I know. And you literally are making it up as you go along.
Yeah.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I still don't have a clue what I'm doing. You just make it up.
Nor do I.
Honestly, there's lots of manuals in there, lots of books.
yeah.
But end of the day, just go with your instinct.
Yeah.
We're all in like kind of responsive kind of mode,
Yeah.
you know. But it's great, love it. It's picking up lots of new things, and yeah, just seeing the development of her every day is just incredible. Yeah, you just stare at her. You know, like I'm just literally looking at her and looking for whatever she's gonna do next. Or it doesn't matter if she shouldn't have to do anything. I'm just looking at her.
Yeah.
I hardly watch TV. I watched a film in 4 months.
I've said before, I'm not sure if I've said it on the pod, but like babies are like fire.
Yeah,
You just watch them.
yeah,
Like they don't do much, just like kind of flicker away, but you just can't take your eyes off them.
yeah,
Yeah, amazing. So she's nearly 4 months, just shy of 4 months.
yeah.
What is she doing? Like
She's
Sorry, what's she doing? What's
What-
she playing
yeah.
at?
Yeah, what is she
what's she doing?
what is she doing?
Well, she's feeding well, she's pooing well,
Yeah.
she's sleeping well, and just repeat.
Yeah.
You know,
But like, is she smiling? Is she
she's
kind
smiling.
of
Yeah.
smiling?
We had her first giggle the other day actually,
Oh.
and that's amazing. You know, because like at first you don't really get out back, do you?
No,
Because
No.
obviously, like just starting life and
nothing you want anyway.
no.
They give you lots.
But like now, she's been responsive to you. You know, like smiling and making
Yeah.
noises, and yeah, we got her first giggle, and it was amazing. And yeah, just to see that brings so much joy, and you're just trying to make her laugh all the time now.
Yeah.
It's funny what you end up doing. I've come out with new noises in me that I didn't know I had.
So true.
You know what I mean?
That is
I
so
was like,
true.
you're just thinking, what am I doing? But I don't really care because
Yeah.
I'm just trying anything to just get something out of it. But
Yeah.
it's just amazing.
It's so funny as well when you're in public and you just don't care. It's no like awareness of what's going on around you. It's like just trying to make
I
them
know.
laugh.
Yeah. So yeah, it is amazing, and yeah, like I said, the development is incredible as well, and she's kind of like figuring out her own body a little bit. So she's like holding her hands together like this, and she's just staring at her hands, and it's kind of like you can think, are these mine? You know, do these belong to me? She's like staring at her feet and things like that. So she's just looking at all of that and just trying to take it in, and it's just amazing to see. So
Wow.
yeah, it's very special.
I can't remember.
That's the thing.
4 months.
I can't remember honestly last week.
At what age do they like hold up their head?
I mean, she's holding up her head quite well, like now. Like over the past month, I think she's got good posture, and she's like, when I hold her, she's got her head up. I don't need to. She doesn't need to rest on my shoulder or anything. She does it for a good amount of time, and then I think, there's only so much I can do. But yeah, she's holding her head. She's got amazing strength that I think, like, for 3 months, I was like, whoa, you're solid.
Solid. Yeah, that's hard to get used to, isn't it? Like picking them up, holding the head, when you've got to get them into the arm. But then, like, after like a day or two, you just like, you've got it.
Yeah.
I remember the what they call midwife that came.
Mm-hmm.
She was like throwing Luke around like pizza dough. So, I'll just dress him for you. Just like throwing him round and then like rolling him up. And I was thinking, dear me. And then there's me like thinking I'm going to break him.
Yeah.
Like when I'm putting his vest on.
Like, especially those first few weeks, they're so delicate.
Yeah.
And it's like you are so like cautious of how you hold her, and but now like she seems like quite strong. So if she's like crying, I'm like, you're trying to flip her in all different kinds of places to try and get into a soothing position and trying to calm her down a little bit. But she's sound, honestly, like brilliant.
Is there a particular position that works?
So for me, like I hold her just like in my left arm here, like sat up.
Yeah.
Here. So like we always go to the mirror every day, like, and just, I don't think she works out that that's her. But like I just try and just having that interaction with her just through a mirror every day. So she quite enjoys it, but there's only a certain amount of time and she's like bored. Okay, what now? What do I do now? What position next?
Yeah, it's 4 months. I think it's one of the things that I forget is how it's like 24/7. Like, so my daughter is now coming up to 3 in a few months, and there's a very small level of independence. Like, I still have to do a lot, but there is some. But 4 months, it is every single like moment of the day. You have to be like cared for.
Yeah.
What's been like? What are some of the? I don't want to say struggles. What's like some of the main things that are occupying your minds at the moment in terms of, like, are you looking out for her to do certain things, or?
Mainly, is she okay? And yeah, I mean, we're always, like I say, every day seeing what new thing is it today? Like, what is she picking up on today? Is she reaching out for something? She just started to hold things a little bit as well, like, and things like that. So we're always looking on that development. But mainly is she happy? And she's kind of if she's crying, we know, like, she's not just crying for the sake of it. They know there's something up with her. So usually it's like kind of like bad stuff going on in her stomach, or she just needs a big burp, or things like that, or she needs to throw up, or she needs a big poo. It's either something like that, and once she's got that out of her system, she's sound. So it's just trying to figure all of that out. It's like, it's either like she needs a big poo, or she needs a big burp, or she needs to sleep, or she needs to feed, things like that. So you just try everything, don't you, until she's happy. So yeah. It's not a bad life, is it?
And then it's back to sleep.
Back to sleep, yeah.
They sleep so much, don't they, early on? Yeah. Enjoy that whilst it lasts.
Yeah, she's doing really well. And like, especially in the early stages, like the first few weeks, I mean, it's a lose-lose situation, isn't it, when you're in bed? Because like, no, it is, because you put the steps in. Because like she's on the bedside of my wife, so they've got like a crib on there. But like sometimes I'd be checking her, like if she's like still alive, even like, are you still breathing?
Yeah.
So you ever checking like if she's still breathing, or she's crying, and you need to soothe her. So like you get back into bed and you're like, I'm not hearing anything.
Yeah.
So I'm getting out of bed, just going over. Looking a little prod. Yeah, there, go back into bed. But like,
But when they're crying, you wish they would stop, and then when
Yeah.
they stop, you're like, "What's wrong?"
yeah, mad in it. But we're getting used to it.
Is there anything, Dan, that like has that the expectation versus reality was a little bit different, or anything that's exceeded your expectation, or anything that took you by surprise and you thought, "Gosh, I didn't expect that at all."
Yeah, I mean, I expected that I was going to be tired, and I have been tired, so that kind of matched up quite well. But also I've slept quite. I've slept quite well. I think like I've done pretty well so far because she's in a good rhythm of. She sleeps well at night. She'd sleep for 5 hours and then get up for a feed, change, and then sleep again. Like I've not heard her cry much in the night, to be honest. Like in these past two months at least. The first few weeks were crazy. Like that was mental. But like over the past 2 months, she's got into a good rhythm. So I have actually slept quite well. I mean, I don't really. I mean, I'm telling it on your podcast, but like sometimes you can be when you say to people, you don't really want to say it too much because you don't want to say, "Oh, she's doing like." Because some parents are different, you know, like they have different circumstances what's going on. But people have also said, and I think I've seen it on videos, that if they're having a good sleeping stage now, in a few months' time, that also changes. I've also heard that, so we'll see. But yeah, there's been a lot of nappy changes, isn't there? I want to, you know, that was
There's a lot of landfills.
I've been surprised at that of how much nappy changes you have to do, and like,
We've got a record number. Do you know how many was a record in one day?
Oh, I don't know.
I think we hit 10.
Yeah,
Something like that. I think that's average, isn't it?
I haven't got a clue.
I mean, the first one was a shocker.
That first one is bad, isn't it?
I mean, I wasn't expecting that. That is one thing I wasn't expecting. That first one. I mean, I said to the midwife, like, what do you expect me to do with this? Because it's like tar, isn't it?
Yeah. So sticky.
It's like I need like a mop and sponge and all the work's done. But like, yeah, I didn't know what to do with it. I mean,
get some Sif.
Yeah. I mean, I think you said even on the last one I was on the podcast, you'd be surprised how much you talk about, like, in terms of poo, like the different colour and and we have done quite.
It consumes your life for a while.
It does.
Do you get the chart of poo, the colour chart on your phone?
I haven't got that. Should I get it? Is it worth having?
No, don't. If you don't need it, don't get it.
But no. But I'm also very aware that when I'm changing nappies, well, I'm in my mind, I'm thinking, please don't do one while I'm changing you.
Yeah.
Oh, have you had that yet?
I've had it. I had it the other day.
Oh gosh.
It was on the hand. I can't believe it. I did so well because I'm always being cautious, like, of a change of like she's gonna get me one day, and she
they all get you.
They will get you.
Have they got?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Rite of passage. Just comes with the territory. So did you have any experience of like young babies nappy changing? Like, did you have nieces, nephews, anything like that?
I've got cousins, but I've never changed nappy or anything like that. And
so you were just like straight in at the deep end.
Yeah.
With that first sticky poo.
Yeah. Yeah, it was an eye opener, you know, new life and all that kind of stuff. But still, wouldn't change it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's amazing.
Yeah.
You gotta love it. You gotta embrace it. You gotta just go for it. So,
it's funny
with it, doesn't it?
Like you're saying, it's difficult because when you're aware of so many of the people's stories, you don't want to like rave about the good stuff.
Yeah.
But that's equally as important as talking about the bad stuff as well.
I think so. Yeah.
It's all mixed in because it is really difficult, but it is also incredible.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to hold them both together, don't you? And like
absolutely.
When it's really bad, you have to remind yourself it's really good. But not when it's really good. You remind yourself it's going to get worse tomorrow.
Yeah.
Not like that, but
like,
take the wins when they're there.
Yeah, and in the first few weeks, you know, when she wasn't sleeping in the night, and I would be up at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning and just holding her, and you've got to like change your perspective, haven't you? Because it's kind of like, you know, this is not going to last forever.
No.
You know, but just enjoy it, like even I know I'm so tired, but this is so special. I'm holding my daughter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I what a joy that is. So I was just trying to. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Change your perspective. But you know, like this is amazing. You know, so I've loved every single moment, and Maddie, my wife, has as well. So yeah, so
Amazing.
good.
How have you found like going? Are you back to work now as well?
Yeah.
How have you found that?
Yeah, like the people that I work with, the staff I work with, have been amazing and very supportive, and can be very like beauty of my work. It can be very flexible as well, so I can help out where needed at home. So, but it's kind of like that time when you've got to go back to work. It's like you didn't want to leave home because those first few weeks were amazing. I mean, it wasn't bad timing because it was like through the time I had off, it was during the World Cup as well.
Of course it was, yeah.
Well, that's not bad timing, is it?
Timed
Really?
it brilliantly.
So I had like 2 weeks. I was like just chilling at home with my daughter and watching the World Cup. So that was amazing. My boss says, "You planned that, didn't you?" I was like, "No, I didn't." They'd be like, "You're planning that for the next 4 years." I was like, well, it's not a bad shout for the next one. But
It's going to be Euros in 2 years.
yeah.
In the summer.
But yeah, like leaving home, you think, you know, when you've spent a good 2.5 weeks at home, and you're kind of in your own little bubble, aren't you, at home in those early stages, and you're just embracing this kind of new adventure, this new season of your life. So it was hard to leave home, but amazing on the drive back. You know, I love the drive back, and just coming home and seeing both my girls. So yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
That's awesome. So what was birth like from your point of view?
It was long. It was long. We was in hospital for probably 3-4 days, I think. So my wife ended up being induced, and so I think it was a Saturday we went in to start the induction process, and because they were low on staff as well, we waited there till like 5 o'clock on Saturday to then get sent home. Saying we can't start today because we're low on staff. I was like,
Because of the World Cup.
Because of the World Cup. So that was quite frustrating, but they prioritised us for the following morning, so we went back in on the Sunday morning, 8 o'clock, and started the whole process, and that took like 24 hours.
Wow.
And yeah, it was just a lot of waiting around. My wife was in a lot of pain, contractions, all that kind of stuff happening. And then I think it was the Monday afternoon, 2 o'clock. They says, right, I think we're ready. I think we're gonna have this baby this afternoon. You're good to go. Like they could feel the waters, so they could feel to pop the water. So we went down into the labour room, and yeah, they managed to pop the waters, but you also gotta wait until you get 10 centimeters and all that kind of stuff, and that was a long wait. There was a changeover of midwives and staff wise, so we had a midwife coming in the evening. It was a long night, all through Monday night, all through Tuesday morning. We got to the stage where she could start pushing, but Adria wouldn't come out. Her head was just stuck a little bit, yeah, we just had to just keep waiting, be patient, and keep pushing. Maddie kept on pushing, and she had all the stuff, all the injections. She was full of like she got prodded everywhere, you know, like full of like the epidural and all that kind of stuff, just to help with the process. But it turned out she needed forceps in the end, so we had to go into the surgery room, and that was a bit of a you know, when you get given scrubs, you've got to put these on. I was like, oh man, it's getting serious now. But it was at like 6:20 Tuesday morning that she came out. So
Gosh, that's a long time, isn't it?
it was long. It was a long do.
It's not like the movies. I always say, like, do you know when they go, oh, my water's broken? And then like they rock up and there's a baby there like an hour later.
She must have been shattered.
Maddie was exhausted, but she's solid. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like, I'm just so in awe of of what you've just gone through. And yeah, so it was a long one. But you just have to try and take each moment as it comes, you know, and like saying, okay, it's okay, she'll come eventually. And the thing is, Maddie's concern mainly was, is she okay? Is Adria okay?
Yeah.
Adria's chilled. She was absolutely fine. Like
She was too chill.
She was too chilled. She was very, you know. So it was just doing what needed to be done safely for her to be born, and yeah, it was all good in the end. And yeah, the people there at the hospital were amazing. Midwives, incredible.
Oh, midwife's lovely.
Honestly,
They're all so lovely.
The midwife we had all the way through the night, she came at 7:30 with the changeover shift. 7:30 all the way through till the following morning. She was amazing.
Wow.
Just incredible. Just the support she gave, and just the encouragement, reassurance, all that kind of stuff. They are gifted, wonderful people. And so yeah, we were very blessed by her to help us get through the night, and obviously the doctors and all the people making it happen. So, yeah, really amazing. But she arrived safely, which was good, and yeah, really thankful. And yeah, when she was born, I think it was the midwife or one of the doctors saying, "What's her name?" And we didn't really decide on the name. We were torn on two, and I just said, "Look, you call her whatever you want." Yeah, you know what I mean. What you've just been through has been incredible. So, yeah, she's a strong woman. But yeah, it was a long do.
Pretty much every single man that I speak to about like birth experience, they all say, like, aren't women just rock hard?
Solid.
So strong.
Yeah.
So strong.
Yeah.
And I know, and I get like they're made for it, but it's still not comfortable and it's still not easy.
No.
Like, hats off. And I've seen my wife do it twice, and I just think, oh dear me.
And the recovery as well. After birth as well is, you know, it can be brutal, and for them, you know, you think, okay, we did it, but actually the recovery for the woman to it takes some doing as well. But yeah, she did really well. So yeah, we're good, we're all blessed, and yeah, just like I say, thankful for safe arrival of Adria. And yeah, it was even though it was like pain, but you see joy through it, and it's kind of like it is worth it. Going through that process, isn't it? You go through that process of pain, and you see this little thing towards the end, and you just can't believe that she's yours. And yeah, so it's all just incredible feeling. There ain't a feeling like it, is there? So,
no.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Not at all.
So pleased that it's just like gone so like, you know, difficult but
Yeah.
smooth in a sense as well.
Yeah.
Like is that 3 days in hospital? Or two nights in hospital.
So they wouldn't let me stay. I couldn't stay over.
So you had to go home.
I had to go home.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was.
What was that like?
Yeah, I mean, Maddie was amazing. She was saying, you get home and sleep anyway, because it's important that at least one of us has a good sleep. So it was tough leaving her. But you know, I just following morning try and get there first thing and rock up with breakfast and all that kind of stuff. But the thing is, she wouldn't really take any food either through that process of being induced. Appetite was all over the place. So so that was hard. I think for her, the hardest bit for her was actually being induced, that process of like these contractions happening for like so many hours.
Wow.
You know, just going through so much pain. I didn't like seeing that. It's hard to see that and journey through that and encourage her through that. It's like, it's okay, we'll get through it, you know. And you know, like, it was funny. You kind of look back on the moments as well of the birth, because like there's parts where you are absolutely shattered as well. It was like 2:00 in the morning, and on the Tuesday morning where she started to push, like Maddie was able to push, and nothing was happening, and I was just exhausted as well. Like, I know it's all like the woman's been amazing, but like I had a chair, and like she pushed for a time, and then you relax, don't you, when the contractions were coming? So I got up and I was holding her hand like push, and then when she would sit down, I was like, okay, I'll sit down.
Let your hand recover.
Honestly, it was in bits. I didn't want to say anything. You can't say anything, though, can you?
Ease upon the squeezing, though.
Yeah. But yeah, you do remember different moments through the birth. And it's funny, like even months later, like I think Maddie now she's thought a lot more about the birth now. I think it's just because maybe how time has gone, and you're running on adrenaline at the time, aren't you? You're running on adrenaline the first month, 2 months, but
2 years.
2 years, yeah, always. But yeah, you do get flashbacks from it and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it was all good though.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, Dan, we put on Instagram that you were coming back on, and we asked anyone if they've got any questions for you, and we've had a couple of questions from expectant parents.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're happy to give it a shot at answering them, they're both from Amy. And her first question is, we're expecting our first child in September. Congratulations, Amy. What helped you the most prepare for the arrival of your baby?
What helped me the most? I think keep talking to others, like talking to other parents, and everyone has their own advice and all that kind of stuff, and it's important you take that advice, and but also go in prepared that yours will be so different to what people have told you as well, and that's quite special. You can go in all prepared with getting all the stuff you need, crib, nappies, all that kind of stuff, but just going with with the perspective of this is going to change our life, but like, because everyone said that to me, this is going to change your life. Like, people also said it in like it was a bad thing.
Yeah, your life will never be the same.
But it's a good thing.
Yeah,
it is an amazing thing.
Yeah.
And with whatever you've got now, like I even said, like this is an interesting thing, and I don't know if anyone's even said this, is like before Adria was born, me and Maddie my wife, we was so excited, but we were also quite sad because what we had was very special.
Yeah.
It was really special, and we got a great marriage and loved it. But the thought of that being so different now, of having someone in, we just thought, oh, but the past 6 years of our marriage has been amazing. Like, this is going to change. And I was like, we're going to miss that. But also we are so excited for this new thing. And I think it's okay to miss that.
Yeah.
And be okay that, because that shows that what you've got is amazing already. But what Adria has, if she's coming into that, I think that's pretty special as well. So I think having those, enjoy what you've got right now and loving it, but also be excited for the next thing. But it's okay to miss that season.
That's so important. Like, I chat to a lot of parents who kind of literally have to kind of mourn their old life to an extent, and it's not that they would trade it, because they wouldn't. Yeah. But it's the sense of, like, you enjoyed what it was before so much, and it is completely different now. Yeah. And especially when you're in the early stages of children, when they're like the potato baby, and you're not getting anything out. They can be like really difficult mental times. Yeah. But it is like it molds, and it's nothing like I ever imagined. Yeah. And you can't communicate that. You just have to experience it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's I find that's one of the lesser spoken of things. Yeah. Because you feel bad for saying it, don't you? Because it's like, when your child's there, and like, you wouldn't change it for the world. But it's like, I do miss just going to the cinema. Whenever. Just going out to the shop. No planning. Yeah.
Yeah. We had a message on last week's episode where the guy worded it as getting to terms with the new you, even if that is the best thing. Yeah. It's new, isn't it?
Yeah.
And life is different when you have a baby. Yeah. Like, you can't do the things that you used to do and the things that you used to enjoy doing for a time. Yeah. Probably like the newborn stage is the time where you can still do those things before they, are awake more than they're asleep.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you just wouldn't change it.
No.
That's all.
And like now we say, when we say like, you just can't imagine life without her, all that kind of stuff. So, I think it's just going in with, this is something new, but it's amazing. Enjoy the season you are in now. Make the most of these next few months, before September comes. Go to the cinema. Go every week.
Every day.
Go out for meals, all that kind of stuff. And in preparation, you know, I don't think you can get, like I say, you can get all the stuff, but just go all in for it, you know.
Yeah.
All in. And just enjoy every season, every moment.
You got any things that help prepare?
Honestly, I think Dan's summarised it. It's not, for me, it's less about the practical stuff that you're getting, and it's more about the time, like the preparation time with like your spouse or partner. That is precious, and you don't get that again unless you try again. Like unless it's another one come in. The practical stuff, no one really tells you. You don't need most of it until they're a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
you need some stuff straight away, but it's actually quite minimal. And then as they get bigger, too big to send a Moses basket.
Just need a baby wipe.
A lot of baby wipes and a lot of nappies.
Honestly,
stockpile nappies. That's a suggestion.
That is a good suggestion. I think for me, on a really practical level, we've already touched on it, is that it can and it is likely to take a long time. Like from that first contraction, like I said in the films, and I've talked about this before with my first, I was thinking, right, this is it. In a few hours, I'm going to have a baby. Yeah. So actually, it was a day and a half, 2 days. Yeah. Like really, you know, when you feel that first contraction, don't go to panic mode. Yeah. You know, just take your time. You know, prepare, get yourself ready, get dressed, get comfortable, and go to the hospital when they tell you to.
Yeah. It's so important, isn't it? Because it's so easy to kind of, you know, be stressed through that time, but just try and, like you say, try and keep calm through it all. And it's hard to say, you know, it's hard to do, isn't it, when you're going through it. But yeah, just take each moment. Yeah,
for sure. And you've partly answered the next one.
Oh, sorry.
So Amy said, what would you suggest we do now as expecting parents apart from sleep? You mentioned go out cinema, go for meals,
all of that. Yeah, go out, spend time with all your mates. Go out, whatever you normally do, kind of thing.
Play five-a-side.
Yeah, play five-a-side.
I wouldn't recommend that if you are expecting.
Yeah. All of that kind of stuff. Whatever fills you up, kind of thing. So yeah.
It's a really funny one, isn't it? Because like, it's such an exciting time when there are so many different like expectations that you have around it. I think that's my general kind of advice, is around be careful of the certain expectations that you put in place. Yeah. Because a lot of it, just listen to the doctors and support, and like listen to your spouse and help them through the process. But the expected result is kind of your baby's healthy and happy on the inside of it, and everything you can do to assist in that process. Yeah. All the other expectations down the road, it doesn't really matter, does it?
No.
I've got one more question that I ask every new dad. How did you find that first drive home from the hospital?
Man, it was like back on my driving test. Honestly, I looked in the mirror, not even 5 seconds, every 3 seconds. And I'm always saying, she all right? She all right? She all right? Is she okay? Is she there?
We checking every mirror.
It's so strange, isn't it?
Isn't it?
It was so weird.
It's precious cargo.
That moment when they say, okay, you can go, you know, you can go home. I was like, whoa. What?
So you're walking out the door, just like checking no one's like chasing you.
I know. And so yeah, you're just aware of literally everything. And like, I think I was like 20 miles an hour on the way home on a 60 zone.
Because that walk, when you take them out in the car seat, and you know, people post that picture, don't they, quite a lot of the dad carrying the car seat, is one of the most proudest walks and moments. And you go from absolute, this is the best walk I've ever done, to this is the worst drive
I know
I have ever done.
My left leg was shaking.
Oh, Dan, that's amazing. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you to Maddie as well for sharing her story with us. We have got you a little gift.
Have you?
From the pod.
Oh, thank
you.
Just a little
token of our appreciation.
Thank you.
But thank you so much.
Oh, amazing. What? Another great guest.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
That was brilliant. It brought back a lot of nice memories of, you know, birth and those early days. I call it the glory zone,
The glory zone.
where it's just two of you and a baby that can't move. It's absolute glory.
What I loved about it is Dan is so positive.
Yeah.
And like to have that insight that early on as well. I love that. It's amazing.
And if you are expecting anytime soon and you've listened to that and think, do you know what? I want to ask Dan a question. Send them in at parentingtoolspod or parentingtoolspod@gmail.com and we will forward them on to Dan. Or if you'd like a female perspective, we could see if Dan's wife, Maddie, would be up for answering some questions for you.
That'd be great.
I'm sure she would. She's lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. We really do appreciate it, don't we?
We do.
It's mad.
It is very bizarre.
I can't believe people listen to us do this.
I'm still not convinced they do.
Well, people in Egypt love it.
I think it's you just messaging different accounts.
I am G from Canada. Well, for the record, we're no longer number one in Egypt. That was very short-lived.
It's a very brief period, wasn't it?
It must have been a glitch in the
We'll
matrix.
come back around. Anyway, see you next week.